My name is Andrew Guy, and I'm running in the city of Casey for Tooradin Ward. It's a very multicultural, vibrant community in the city of Casey, and I have the privilege of putting my hand up because I want to represent my community. I want to work with my community to address some of the concerns that I have identified, and one of them is how can we, as a council, support our local community members, especially who are paying rent. So looking at how we can support with high cost of living, which is a big concern across the community. Also, the other point as well that have got my attention is the network issue in Clyde North. The community members in Clyde North, part of Cranbourne East, and also part of Clyde as well. The network there is terrible, and we need to work together as the community, but also with our key stakeholders, the federal, state, and also the local government, to see how we can work together with the telecommunication providers to ensure that this issue is fixed. For me, I see this as a matter of safety, staying connected with family and friends, and also being able to do business and work from home. So we got to have a functioning network in Clyde North, and part of Cranbourne East. That's very important. The other issue that I've come across as well, talking to my community members in Tooradin, is the need for extension of railway line. Railway line definitely needs to be extended to Clyde. There's a really, I think this will help in many ways. If we can extend the railway line from Cranbourne to Clyde, that will reduce traffic. People are now going across Cranbourne Central to catch train at Cranbourne, and that's a big jam in the morning. I'm hearing people spending about half an hour from Cranbourne East to get to Cranbourne. So if we can bring this train line closer to people in Clyde, that will help in a big way. There are a couple of busy areas in my area of Tooradin, and that is Cranbourne Rise, which is a sport prison. Cranbourne Rise is very important. We've got swimming pool there, we've got library, we've got a stadium there. So we need to be able to get people there in a way that does not cause traffic jam. Also, we've got Casey Field, which is a very important sport prison as well, with so many key sporting clubs that are using this facility. It's also a community park as well. So extending the railway line it's really going to be beneficial. It's one of the things I'm standing for. Also, I've been out in the community. So far, we've knocked on more than 2,000 homes. We're just being encouraged by the response from the community. It is refreshing for people to talk to me and my team, and that's because my story relates to a lot of people in Tooradin Ward. My story is a typical Australian story where people come from various backgrounds, as could be a refugee or a student or someone who's just coming here to start life again. And I'm really privileged to have been one of the people that have come to Australia as a refugee and have been able to come across people who have been very supportive of me, who just helped me throughout my journey to be able to get to where I am now. So I'm thankful to so many people, either through my studies or my work or just across the community. And because of this, I really want to contribute as well to help other people in the community. It could be our young people, it could be families, it could be anyone in our community who just need a fair go. And that's why I'm really a long-term advocate, and I always fight for access to opportunities and services so that everyone can have a fair go at life. The other important thing as well is access to council facilities. There's a lot of people in our community who want to run, it could be language groups, could be a dance group, for the community, and we want to make sure that these people are having a better access to council facilities, especially centres. We need to look at pricing so that it's not a barrier for people who just want to run something voluntarily. They're not making money from it, they're just serving the community, and we want to make sure people are not being put off by how much they have to pay to use a council facility. That's very important. The other thing I'm also passionate about is making sure there are more places for kinder, 3-year-old kinder and 4-year-old kinder. I am a parent myself, and 3 of my children have all attended kinder in KC area. I'm very pleased with the service and also the education that my children get from the local kinder that they have all attended. One of them is still attending now. Kinder is very important for young parents or parents of young children so that they can be able to return to work. So I want to make sure I can be an advocate to work with our state members to make sure that we have enough funding for a growing community such as in KC and in Tooradin, so that there are more opportunities for parents to have their children attend kinder at 3-year-old, 4-year-old, so that we can return to work. So we can pay mortgages and bills. As we know, the high cost of living is very high. The other important thing is supporting local businesses so that they have the capacity to employ more people, so that we don't have the traffic jam in the morning or people coming to Dandenong South. I'm not sure people know, but a lot of our people from KC, more people from KC work in Dandenong South than people from Dandenong. So we need to work with businesses to increase their capacity. We also have massive land as well, especially in my ward. So I want to put it out there, if anyone wants to invest in KC, in Tooradin, you are welcome. And we want to work with you to see how you can have your business in our area, so that our community members can work closer to home and therefore spend more time with family and friends rather than spending time in traffic jam. That's very important. I'm also a person from culturally diverse background, and so I value the strength that our diversity bring to our community, and I want to make sure that we celebrate this. So social cohesion is one of the things that I'm really passionate about. I want to make sure that our community in KC, in Tooradin Ward, is connected, and that we are able to celebrate the things that are different and also the things that we share together as well. I'm talking about music, food, all the things that we celebrate together. So I want to make sure that we have that opportunity. And we actually have that opportunity even during my campaign. So I want to invite people to our upcoming event, which is KC Connect, barbecue and picnic. And that is a great opportunity for people to just come to KC Field on Saturday the 21st of September from 12 p.m. onwards. Just come enjoy the atmosphere. The weather will be good, but we just want to bring the community out, celebrate. There will be a few activities for families and young people and children, but it will be a very important atmosphere. And that is in my heart, to make sure our KC community, our Tooradin Ward community is connected, but also know your neighbors as well. Know what your neighbors can contribute to the community. So I'm really looking forward to that day and looking forward to seeing you all as well. I think we also want to be very honest and also upfront as well when it comes to the situation we have in KC. We haven't had the local government in the last 4 years. And one of the things as well, if I get the opportunity to come into the local government, is making sure that the decisions that are made by the council are in the best interest of the residents. We don't want residents feeling let down like what happened in the last 4 years. So one of my points that I'm standing for is to restore trust and confidence in our local government. And that is, we need to consult when there are big decisions to be made. That is, we need to consider the needs of the residents. We need to acknowledge some of the challenges that people may face with some of the decisions that that we need to make. We also need to acknowledge if people have any concerns about some of the decisions that we're going to be making, such as planning or road constructions or the building of facilities. We need to be responsive and considerate of the community members. So the other thing as well that I've come across during the campaign, is one of the things that I'm also standing for as well, is to ensure safety in our community. I've heard many times from people that they have concerns about people breaking into their homes, or their cars being stolen, or the construction tools being taken. That is not acceptable. We want to also work together with the local police, but also with the community to see how can we, if these are young people from within the community, how can we support these young people to make sure that they have something to do for their future, so that they know that we as a community don't want them to engage in activities that are not beneficial to their future. So that's something I'm very passionate about, to make sure we support our young people. I grew up in the village, so my heart is to make sure we are raising our children and young people at the center of the village. And when you have children and young people at the center of the village, it means that the community come around the young people to support them so that they can grow and become decent members of the community. That's something I'm really very passionate about. So I'm really looking forward to working with the community, and I'm putting myself out there because I have the passion. I love this community. I want to say a massive thank you to the Australian Multicultural Media Centre for giving me this opportunity. This is not the first time, I've been here a few times, and I really want to acknowledge and recognise the great work that this media centre is doing for our multicultural community, but also the wider community as well. This is one of the very few community medias who are the focus is just on informing the community, and I really admire the work that the team here are doing. So thank you, AMMC. Keep doing the great work, and we as a community are proud of the work that you do, and also are very privileged that you have chosen to do this for our community. So thank you, the team at the Australian Multicultural and Media Centre.